Storing, managing, and collaborating on design data is a challenge every company faces. Now, with many more teams working remotely, there are questions on everyone's mind. How can we securely centralize our data, improve collaboration, and design concurrently while maintaining our design tool of choice, SOLIDWORKS? These were the challenges Square Robot sought to address when they connected their desktop SOLIDWORKS to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Let's follow a small design team to see what it looks like to store and manage SOLIDWORKS data in the cloud. We'll begin by dropping in on Eric the engineer as he starts his day working in SOLIDWORKS Desktop, designing a new roller assembly. The 3DEXPERIENCE add-in puts cloud data management right in the task pane. Visual feedback in the My Session view lets Eric know the status of his design. Several components need to be uploaded to the cloud for the first time. So Eric clicks Save. Some parts are new, some are existing hardware that's already in their cloud library. SOLIDWORKS knows what to do, uploading only the data that is out of sync, thus eliminating unwanted duplicates or accidental overwrites. In just a few seconds, everything is uploaded. It's just that simple to save a new design to the cloud. The status indicators give Eric confidence his design is safely stored and up to date. That was so easy, Eric is excited to move some of his finished projects up to the cloud. He'll use the bulk uploader to save to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. From here, he can add existing files and folders and specify the destination collaborative spaces to keep everything organized. SOLIDWORKS takes care of the automation. Now Eric can get back to designing. He launches a search for an existing tank lid model and drags it into his SOLIDWORKS session. It's that easy to access his SOLIDWORKS data that's securely stored in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. He reserves the assembly to give himself write access. Fast forwarding a bit, he's made his design changes, adding these wheel rollers, but before saving back to the cloud, he wants to know where this assembly is used. The Relations window opens right in the task pane. Here, he can navigate a graphical view of all the parent-child dependencies. He finds the top-level assembly and opens it right into his session. He sees the familiar options to open the model Resolved, Lightweight, or Large Design Review mode. Choosing Lightweight means SOLIDWORKS doesn't have to download every part in the assembly. That's a big time saver. He reserves the top-level assembly, then clicks Save. SOLIDWORKS keeps track of which parts have changed and which ones are already up to date. Eric decides to create a new revision of the lid assembly. Despite this being a pretty large assembly, save time is efficient because only the models that have changed need to be saved to the cloud. That was easy. In fact, his team was productive from day one because connecting their data to the cloud required no customization or special setup. Later on, Eric still has some work to do that doesn't require modeling in SOLIDWORKS. So he can step away from his desktop PC and keep working on his tablet. All his 3DEXPERIENCE apps are accessible from any browser, and with his data safely in the cloud, he has freedom to keep working from just about anywhere, on any device. Eric finds that a lot of his day-to-day work, such as cataloging part libraries and organizing his projects and tasks, he doesn't really need to be in SOLIDWORKS to do that. He loads the top assembly into the Product Structure Explorer. This app provides a graphical view and a list view at the same time. He can arrange and filter the display any way he likes. He needs to locate the newly added roller assembly within the structure in order to attach a supporting document. Any file can be managed with the same document control policies as their CAD data. Now it's time to give Megan an update on his progress. Instead of sending her an email, Eric can create an interactive dashboard that will have exactly the information he wants her to review. First, he adds the 3D Play viewing app and loads in the top-level assembly. He also grabs a screenshot he can post back to a discussion thread. Next, he launches the Bookmarks app. This is a convenient way of organizing shortcuts to frequently used or favorite items. His manager will like this because she won't have to go searching for the data Eric wants her to review. When he's ready to share the dashboard, he just copies the link. As a last step, Eric opens up a discussion thread in a side panel. He pastes the link to the shared dashboard and inserts a screenshot of the latest design. Everything related to the project, the model data, all the communication history, it's all in one place. Just in that example, think of how much more efficient they are, possibly eliminating several disconnected solutions: online storage, email attachments, messaging services. Connecting SOLIDWORKS to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform is the best of both worlds, cloud and desktop. It provides a fast and easy way to store, manage, and share design data with the convenience and the security of the cloud. There's little to no setup required, so users can be productive right away. The 3DEXPERIENCE platform is much more than just saving SOLIDWORKS data to the cloud. For non-CAD users like Megan, the engineering manager, the platform gives her a simple browser-based approach to managing her team more efficiently. Let's see how she uses the 3DEXPERIENCE platform apps to streamline collaboration. Megan opens her browser and sees Eric's post. He's included a link that she can add to her existing dashboard. The 3D Play Viewing app and Bookmarks app are preloaded with the data Megan needs to review his latest design. No email attachments, no searching for files. Fully interactive viewing of even large 3D models is a breeze on any device, especially touchscreens. There's no special hardware required and no CAD license needed. Megan uses a measure tool to verify the proper radius on the wall roller assembly. Oops, wrong units. The 25-inch radius is confirmed, but looking closer at the roller arms, she wonders if there might be excessive twisting without some kind of support member between them. She launches an app that will help her log a record of the issue. It's just one of many ways the team could use the built-in PLM tools to track problem reports or change requests. She tags the related 3D models and assigns the issue to Eric, who will then be automatically notified through the platform. There's no need for following up with an email or phone call. It's such a more streamlined way to collaborate. Now she creates a 3D markup. This app gives her extended tools to document the issue. She can create multiple views and add various annotations right on the 3D model. This markup is automatically attached to her issue report, and since Eric was assigned the issue, he'll receive a notification through his browser letting him know he has a new task. Megan has a job for another team member, Debbie Designer. She uses the Collaborative Tasks app to assign Debbie with adding a hardware kit and creating a drawing for the wheel roller assembly. Just like with the Issues app, Collaborative Tasks collect all the communications, assignees, and 3D model data in one spot and displays the progress of all her tasks in a single dashboard, giving Megan an overview of everything on her radar. As a project manager, Megan spends a lot of her day communicating with people, and that's time-consuming. Email, web meetings, phone calls, various messaging platforms. These all have their inefficiencies, and it's easy for things to fall through the cracks. The 3DEXPERIENCE platform helps Megan streamline collaboration with her team, all from a browser on any device with no software to install. The intuitive apps eliminate all kinds of disconnected solutions, improving productivity and providing clearer focus for her team members. Okay, there's one more chapter to this story. We need to find out whether the team can make the necessary design changes and win the contract. The customer needs a quick response, so Megan's design team will need to work on the same SOLIDWORKS model at the same time. Not having the proper write access, accidentally overwriting someone else's work, these things happen all the time with traditional file-based data management, and it's even harder when workers are remote. Let's see how the 3DEXPERIENCE platform enables a simpler, more error-free approach to concurrent design. First, let's check in on Debbie. She has the Collaborative Tasks app running inside her SOLIDWORKS task pane. She sees the task that has been assigned to her and drags it to In Work. The related CAD model is already attached. She just needs to open it into her session. All of Debbie's changes occur mostly at the assembly level, so she reserves the top-level assembly for write access. Debbie gets to work on adding the hardware kit for the roller assembly. She'll open SOLIDWORKS Toolbox. The team uses SOLIDWORKS Toolbox just like they've always done. They can pull from standard libraries or add their own custom hardware. With drag-and-drop auto-sizing and SmartMates, she adds the fastener stack in no time. A component pattern will populate the hardware to all the whole instances in one shot. She's all done and ready to save. The difference now with the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, the Toolbox library is securely stored and managed in the cloud. Any Toolbox parts are automatically set to a released state and cataloged for shared access. Next, Debbie is going to lay out a 2D drawing with a bill of material that Megan will need to show the customer. While she works on that, hopefully what you're seeing is connecting SOLIDWORKS to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform is fairly transparent to the SOLIDWORKS user. It's just a simpler but more powerful way to work. Let's switch over to see what Eric is up to. Recall that Megan tasked him with stabilizing the wheel rollers. The issue that Megan created provides a formal way of tracking his progress and carrying along all the information he needs to get to work. He starts by opening the attached 3D markup. He sees Megan's notes and clicks through the 3D geometry to find the affected subassembly. He needs to find the parent assembly and associate it with the issue as well. The graphical relationship map comes in handy for this. He drags to attach the related subassembly, and from here, he can open it directly into his SOLIDWORKS session. But this is where it gets interesting, because this is the same assembly Debbie is already working on. Notice these little padlock icons. This is different from traditional Windows-based file management, where if you open an assembly, it locks everyone else out of the assembly and all the subcomponents. With the cloud data management, the designers have much more access control, which makes it way easier to design concurrently. Eric only needs write access to the wheel roller assembly itself. The top assembly is just for visual reference. He reserves what he needs and gets to work adding a stabilizing member. He's not locked out of making changes to this subcomponent just because Debbie has access to the top-level assembly, and that's a big difference compared to a traditional file-based approach. When he tries to save the assembly, he sees there are subcomponents that also need saved, but he didn't reserve them. On the fly, the software gives write access to those additional files without interrupting Eric's workflow. In other words, Eric doesn't have to know about all the intricacies of the model dependencies. The platform takes care of that for him. The save is complete, and now the assembly is up to date and safely uploaded to the cloud. Green check marks across the board. Eric can now go back to the issues log and move the status to in approval for Megan to review. Since Debbie is still working in the assembly, Eric needs to let her know he's finished making changes. He uses the built-in Conversations tool to send Debbie an instant message. Eric's message pops up right in her task pane. Debbie just needs to refresh that assembly to get the latest version from the server. The entire assembly is up to date, including the drawing, and everything is ready for a final save. No more worrying about what's the latest version, where's it stored, who's working on it. The platform takes care of it all. Debbie is now ready to close the loop on this task. She switches over to her task list and attaches the drawing as a final deliverable. She leaves a comment to notify Megan and moves the task to completed, all without leaving her SOLIDWORKS design session. And that's a big takeaway. When SOLIDWORKS is connected to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, your SOLIDWORKS users will actually make better use of their time because they no longer have to bounce in and out of SOLIDWORKS to use other disconnected tools for communication, file management, and so on. Finally, let's see how Megan brings everything to a close. One way she keeps up to date with her team is through her notifications panel. Anytime there's a status change, an update, or a comment on anything she's involved with, it shows up here. First, she checks on the issue she assigned to Eric. Her original 3D markup automatically shows the latest design changes. Everything looks good, so she marks the issue as completed. Issue management on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform turns out to be a great way for Megan's company to log the history of problem reports and change requests, a must for their highly regulated industry. Now to take a look at Debbie's work. Megan switches to her Viewing tab. There's the drawing right in her bookmarks list. She drags it right into the 3D Play viewer. It's exactly what she needs to show the concept to the customer. Now she can mark the drawing as released so it can't be changed for the duration of the customer approval process. Returning to the original discussion thread, she posts a quick note to congratulate the team on finishing this stage of the project. Okay, that was a lot of back and forth between users, but that's the nature of working concurrently. It shouldn't have to be a linear process, but with traditional methods, when designers try to access the same data simultaneously, we all know how tricky that can be. But when you connect SOLIDWORKS to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, concurrent design is easy because the PLM tools are ready to use out of the box. Users can tell who's working on what, so they can avoid common problems like permissions issues, version mismatches, and accidental overwrites. And when there are changes, the various notification tools keep everyone in the loop. Teams can design faster together, with fewer errors, even when workers are remote. Now more than ever, companies are looking for ways to secure their SOLIDWORKS desktop data in the cloud, streamline collaboration, and enable error-free concurrent design. For Square Robot, SOLIDWORKS and Innovia made this a reality. And that's how companies can work better together with cloud collaboration.